Alright, welcome back to our Cryengine tutorial video set. In this video I'm going to talk about adding phonemes to a facial sequence and how to create a facial sequence in the beginning. So I have my facial editor open, I have a character loaded, so the next thing we're going to do is make a new sequence file.
It may bring up a dialog asking if you want to save your changes. Just, if you haven't been changing anything, just say no.
So now it gives us an option to name our sequence here, so I'm going to go ahead and name it test for our purposes. So what's the next thing we got to do?
Load a sound file so we can map phonemes off of it.
Alright, so I'll go up to sequence and I'll load sound here. And you'll see I have a little sample sound file in the correct directory, sounds. And when I open it up, you'll notice that I get these green waveforms down here. And that shows us that our sound is correctly loaded. And if I wanted to play this sound and listen to it and see how the sequence was going, I'd go over here to the left and I'd click play sequence, easy enough. So the next thing that we need to do,
you have to click the third box from the right and map the entire length of the sequence to the length of the sound file. Otherwise, you won't be able to map to the entire sequence. So just click the From Sound checkbox and click OK, and then you're ready to go.
that's easy enough. So the next thing I got to do is come up here under the Expressions Explorer, and I have to drag. I'm going to highlight all three of these, expressions, phonemes, and visemes. And I'm going to drag and drop them under this root folder down here in the bottom left. So if I'm correct, what that does is just gives us the ability to add all three of those to our sequence.
Yes, it gives you some rudimentary control of the character's facial muscles. You can actually expand each of those folders in the upper pane and create your own static expressions and drag those down in lieu of the entire folder, and then you can put that into the sequence as well. This is just kind of for generality.
All right, if we have time, we'll go over how to make some custom expressions. It's a little bit time consuming, but as John has always said, it is extremely powerful. It's really cool. So in this video, I'm just going to go over some basics of how to add phonemes. So my file here, my character is going to be saying crisis, the future. And so if I played this, you would hear that he says that. So what I'm going to do is down in the bottom right here, I have to right click, and under insert, you can see all the different phonemes that I'm able to insert. You know, every single shape that his mouth can make, I can insert it here. And as I highlight over these, you can see that his mouth in the preview box is making all these shapes. So you can kind of see how that works. And you'll see that once I choose one, so I'll get a hard K sound for the beginning, that I have this little box that I can kind of drag around and play with down here, and I can make it larger or smaller. Yeah, so after adding that phoneme, you can see that you know, that little box is really easy to edit, and it's really easy to make it as long or as short as you need for whatever word they're saying. And so it's just the grouping of these together that makes their mouth look like they're saying that word. And yeah, that's phonemes. So I think that's about all we wanted to cover for this video. So with that, we'll close.